We're back at it again, putting together a used Lego set. This time I'm taking lessons learned from the previous video on the A wing as we tried to put together a used Y wing. Alright, welcome back. Last video that I put up with the used Lego set was on the UCS A wing. The A wing came in 3 big Ziploc baggies, and I think one of my big takeaways on that set is how complicated it is to put together these sets that are, almost 2,000 pieces when you just start with bare Legos that are completely out of sync with how the instructions are set up. So one of the things I mentioned in that video was how important it was when I was going to look for a used set to try to find one that was bagged in order. And that's exactly what I have here. I was able to pick up a UCS Y-Wing without the original box or packaging, but it had the instructions and the Legos well under what you find it for in a lot of used sites and box. And it hit a key criteria for me. It was bagged in order. So I'm going to put this one together, go through that process, and share my feedback on how did round 2 go with used Legos. All right, so here we have it. This is the complete, or nearly complete, UCS Y-Wing. So why is it nearly complete? Gosh, I thought that the individual bags on these UCS sets and someone selling them that way would eliminate a lot of the problems. There's still a lot of things that exist, and I'll zoom in so we can see a little better, but there's supposed to be stickers on two of these tiles. The stickers aren't on the pieces and not included. Other stickers are though, so that's a plus, and I can be okay with some of those stickers missing. We look at the back of the engines over here. These engines are supposed to have kind of a propeller system in there. There's supposed to be about 8 pieces per engine. Those are missing. On the bottom side of the UCS Y-Wing, there's a greebling piece that's missed. You'll never notice it. I will. So I'll be putting together bricklink orders in the future for other stuff, and I'll include some of my UCS Y-Wing pieces in that, just as I'm putting together larger orders. But was a little bit disappointed in the number of missing pieces. I really thought having everything bagged together in order would solve a lot of that problem. But really what it ended up doing is you just found the pieces you were missing sooner, and I'm depending on somebody else to bag in order. So there were pieces that were maybe a step ahead in one bag and they were a step behind in the other bag. It just was slightly off pace. So that got to be a little bit frustrating. It still didn't solve everything perfectly to line up with a new set, and I think that's to be expected to some degree, and just want to give a heads up to anyone thinking about used Legos just to be ready for that. And missing pieces, while it's frustrating, because I intended to buy this as a complete set, most people, when you see listings for used, it's 98 to 99% complete. If you do the math, it's like 20 to 40 missing pieces is totally within the expectation that they set as a seller when they mention those percentages. So take those percentages to mean something when they're posted. All things considered though, I did get this at a good price. I'm really excited to add a UCS Y-Wing to the collection. The set looks so cool. It'll be awesome to display. And it's just something to be aware of if you're looking at Legos and you're looking at used as a way to buy. Just be ready for that headache. Account for that in your cost. You probably want to add $20 to $30 just of a bricklink order that you'll have to put together by the time you do shipping, maybe 2. I just would encourage you to think about that as a likely cost, and there's some frustration that goes into it, so be aware of what you're doing before you buy used. This was my second attempt. It went better than the first, but there's still some frustration that exists in the process. I'm going to pivot away from some of these used videos. Next one that you'll see, I'm working on a mock of a snow speeder, kind of the minifig scale snow speeder. So as I work on the AT-AT, you have to have a snow speeder to go with it. So I'll go through that mock process, and the mock process kind of inspired me to bricklink together a Super Star Destroyer UCS set. So I'm going to start working on that as well. I already have a few pieces that have been coming in, so I'm going to document that process the whole way through as I try to piecemeal together a Super Star Destroyer. So that'll be exciting. I still have some other UCS sets that are new in box I need to get put together, but until I have a designated room to put those Legos in, I'm going to be waiting until I get too far into creating and building some of this up. So the content might be slow, but rest assured we have a lot of really cool things in store. Thanks again for watching on this. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm so excited about the things that we're going to have coming through in terms of video, and I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this one.